Welcome to day 27 of the 30-day yoga challenge. Today we have another recap flow where we'll be revisiting some of the poses and sequences from the last week. When you're ready, we'll begin in a seated position. So you can rest your hands on your knees, close your eyes, and start to tune into your breath. Taking deep inhalations, filling up the lungs, feel the chest expand. And complete exhalations as you observe the chest shrink back and the lungs deflate. Take a few more deep breaths like this. Then open your eyes, interlace your fingers, clasp your hands together and roll out your wrists like you're drawing a figure 8 with the hands. You could also incorporate the forearms and the shoulders. And shake out your hands all together. Make fists with your hands and open and close your hands really quickly. Try to go as fast as you possibly can, even if it feels like your hands are out of control. You should start to feel the forearm muscles are firing up now, so keep this going. Good. And then shake out all together. Rest your fingertips on your shoulders and we'll do a dynamic breathing and twisting exercise. So with your inhale, twist left. As you exhale, twist right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Now a little bit quicker without any verbal cues from me so you can start to really generate some heat. Keep it going, a few more. Then start to slow it down. The next time you twist to the right, place the left hand on the right knee, place the right hand behind you and pause here. Gaze over your right shoulder. Release, bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand comes behind for support. Twist, gaze over the left shoulder. Release, place both hands on the knees now. As you inhale, draw your chest forwards, roll your shoulders back, and you can tilt your head up. As you exhale, round the back, roll the shoulders forwards, bring chin to chest. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, rounding the back. A few more times, moving at the pace of your breath. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Then come into tabletop. Pad your knees if needed. Then tuck your toes, hover your knees off the mat. Step the right foot forward so you bring the right knee to the back of the right arm, and then the left foot to bring left knee to back of left arm. and stepping the right foot back, and then the left. Then step the left foot forwards, followed by the right. Step the left foot back, and then right. Right foot forwards, then left. Right foot back, then left. Left foot forwards, then right. Left foot back, then right. Once more, right foot forwards, then left. Right foot back, then left. Lower your knees, keep your hips over your knees, walk your hands forward, sink your chest down for a puppy pose. If you're looking to feel more sensation here, you could tuck. You could create tense with your fingers so that you lift the arms a little bit more. You may find the chest can sink down a little deeper. Slow down your breath here. Deep inhales and exhales. Good. Round from your lower back and send a wave through your spine as you ripple forwards. Come to lie down on your belly. Bring the forearms to the mat to find Sphinx pose and try to drag your chest forwards through your arms, rolling your shoulders back, opening your chest. Continue dragging the chest forwards, and you might start to feel some engagement in the middle of your back as you do this. Place hands under shoulders, push back to downward dog. You can keep the knees bent, heels raised for now. No need to go to your full extent just yet. Pause for a breath in. Exhale, come forwards and find your hovering tabletop so the knees are about an inch off the mat. Inhale, twist the knees to the right, sink the hips low. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, twist the knees left, sink the hips low. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, push back, down dog. Exhale, hovering tabletop. Inhale, twist right. Exhale, center. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, center. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, hovering tabletop, final round. Inhale, twist right. Exhale, center. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, center. Inhale, down dog. Perhaps this time you work to straighten the legs. Maybe edge the heels a little further back to find more sensation in the back of the legs. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Keep the hips square. As you exhale, bring knee to nose. Try to keep the leg lifted as much as you can. Then lower the knee down. You could even tap it on the mat. Lift it back up. Lower down. Lift back up and step the foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee down for a low lunge. Pad the knee if needed. Then sink your hips forwards. Use your fingertips for support as you lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can sink the hips a little further forwards, finding more sensation in the front of the left thigh. Good. Move the hips back straight in the front leg. Find half split. So you can flex the front foot, but there is the option to keep a slight bend in the front knee here. Deepen your breath. Use these moments where we pause in postures to come back to that conscious breath. Good. Rebend the front knee. Tuck your back toes. Lift your knee. Keep the left hand on the mat. Reach your right arm up. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, spin your feet to face the right side of your mat and sink the left side hip down. Come to a twisted lizard. So you should feel the weight is in the left hand here. If this is too much, you could come down to the left forearm as an alternative. Keep pressing the floor away. Hold for breath in. Exhale, step back to side plank, and you could lower the left knee down here if you're modifying. Lift the hips if they're sinking down. Pause for a breath in. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Lift the left leg high. Inhale, keep the hips square. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Try to keep the leg as high as you can. And then slowly lower it down. You could even tap the knee on the mat. Lift it back up. Lower it down. One more time, lift up and step through. Lower the back knee for low lunge. Sink the hips down and forwards. Lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Hold for one more breath in. Exhale out. Then move the hips back straight in the front leg. Flex the foot. Half split. You can always keep a little bend in the knee if needed. Pause here. Come back to that conscious breath. Rebend the front knee. Lift the back knee. Keep the right hand planted. Reach the left arm up. Inhale. Twist open. Exhale, turn your feet to the left. Sink the right side hip down. Come to your twisted lizard. Weight is on the right hand. You could always come down to the right forearm if needed. Pause for another breath in. With your exhale, step back to side plank. Option to lower the right knee down here if you're modifying. Pick up your hips if they're sinking down. Hold for a breath in. Exhale, step to plank. Pausing here. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Pause for a breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Keep the hips square. Exhale, step through to low lunge this time. One smooth step through. Lower the back knee down. Then rest the right hand on the knee for support. The left hand will reach back to catch your foot and draw it in towards you. If the knee is sensitive, please place something underneath it for support. Then this could be option number one. Option number two, you could sink the hips further down and start drawing the foot in closer to you. Or option three, you could place the foot at the crook of the left arm and bring the right hand to meet the left to come to a variation of mermaid. Slow down your breathing while we pause here. Release wherever you are. Lower the back foot down with control. And use your hands for support. Edge your back foot further forwards to come into your pyramid stance. So it's a shorter stance. Feet are grounded. Option to keep the chest lifted halfway, or you could fold over your front foot. Place the left hand in front of you. The hand could also come to a block. Shift weight into the front foot as you lift the back leg. When the balance is there, reach the right arm up, turn the chest open, find your revolved half moon. Focusing the gaze on one spot to help with the balance. Take the weight out of the left hand. Get ready to stand up and sweep the back leg forwards. Right hand will come to take a hold of the knee or the foot, and the left arm will reach back behind you as you twist to the left. Focus your gaze on one spot to help with the balance. Then coming out the same way we came in, reverse. Sweep the leg back and twist the upper body to the right. Bring the left hand down and slowly step your back foot back to pyramid. Plant the hands and step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a breath in and out to reset. Then lifting the left leg high, inhale, keep the hips square. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Pad the back knee if needed. Then rest the left hand on the knee for support. Right hand will reach back to catch your foot and draw it in towards you. This could be option 1. Option 2, you could sink the hips down, drawing the foot in closer. Option 3, bring the foot to the crook of the right arm. And the left arm will reach overhead so the hands can draw together. Slow down the breath while you pause here. Slowly release. Plant your hands and edge your back foot forwards to come into pyramid. So legs are straight, heels are grounded, but knees could be bent if needed. And you can either stay with the chest halfway lifted or fold forwards. Plant the right hand ahead of you. Shift weight forwards and lift the back leg. When the balance is there, reach the left arm up, turn the chest open for revolved half moon. Focus your gaze on one spot. Start to take the weight out of the right hand so that you can stand up and sweep the back leg forwards. Left hand will come to catch the knee or the foot, and the right arm will reach back as you twist the torso to the right. Slow down the breath as you find your balance here. Then let's reverse. Sweep the leg back, turn your torso to the left, bring the right hand back down, reach the left arm up, come through your revolved half moon first, and then step back to pyramid, plant your hands, and step to plank. Beautiful work. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a breath in. Exhale out. Ripple to plank and come to side plank on your right. Option to lower the right knee down if you're needing assistance here. Then bend the left leg, lift the knee, place the foot in front of you, and sink the right side hip down so you're coming into this twisted lizard again. Extend the right leg and reach the left arm forwards in front of your left leg so that you can catch the outside of the right foot. This might be as far as you're taking your baby grasshopper. If so, just stay here. If you'd like to take it further, start to rock forwards. Try to lean as much weight into your left foot and your right hand as you can so you can pick up your hips and hover just above the mat. Stay low with the body. Hold 3, 2, and 1. And sit the hips back down. Come back into your plank and open out to side plank on your left. If you're modifying, left knee is down. Bend the right leg, lift the knee, and place the foot in front of you. Then sink the left side hip down. So you're just resting on the mat to begin this. And if you modified your side plank, you can extend the left leg now. Then right arm will reach forwards in front of the leg. See if you can catch your foot. This could be option 1, just staying here. Option 2, work towards leaning forward. See if you can take weight into the foot and the hand and pick up your hips. Keep the body low as you find your baby grasshopper. Good. Release. Sit the hips back down and come back to your plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high and open out the hip. Then as you exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Spin the back foot open, sink the hips to the right heel for Skandasana. Option 2, use your fingertips for support, or you could work towards a bind, reaching the right arm out to the right side, so it comes on the inside of the leg, and reach the left arm up. This could be option 1. Option 2, you could wrap the right arm around the leg, left arm behind the back to bring the hands together and find the bind. Release wherever you are. Turn to face the front of your mat. Then step the back foot to the outside of the left hand. Sink the hips down, finding Malasana. Option 2, stay still here, or you could rock from side to side, sending one knee away, lifting the heel so you create a little bit of space through the hip flexors. Good. Shuffle your feet and hips width. Find a crouching position. Setting up for crow pose. So setting hands in front, bring the knees to rest on the backs of the arms. And you can either just play around with rocking forwards and back, maybe just lifting one foot at a time, or see if you can find some air time lifting both feet. Keep shifting the weight into the hands, grip with your fingertips. Good. Come down, step back to plank. Lift the hips up. Find downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high, open out the hip. And exhale, step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Spin the back foot open, sink the hips to the left heel, find Skandasana. Either using your hands for support here, or working towards the bind. Start by reaching the left arm out to the side, so it's coming in front of the leg. And then reach the right arm up to open the chest. You could stay here, or you could work towards wrapping the arm behind the leg. Right arm comes behind the back, hands draw together. And slow down your breath here. Release where you are, turn to face forwards. And step the back foot to the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips down into Malasana. And turn to face the side of your mat. So we'll revisit some of the monkey jumps we've been doing. So you can place the hands to your right side. Shift weight into the hands as you swing your legs to the right. And then we'll move to the left, plant the hands, shift the weight into them, swing your legs. And if you've been doing these for quite a while with me, you may start to feel confident enough to come up into a little bit of a handstand. I find this can often help us to get over the fear because it's just playful. It doesn't need to be so serious. So go a few more times down the length of your mat side to side. And then come back to the front of your mat, find forward fold. Option 2, pedal out the legs, just shake it out. And then step to plank. Lower your knees for tabletop and you can sit back on your heels. Swing your legs in front. Then bend the left leg, place it on the bottom, and stack the right leg on the top. Feet are flexed, feet and knees are stacking here. If your right knee is in the air and it wants some support, place a rolled up blanket or something similar underneath the knee. And you can either rest your hands by your sides sitting upright, or you could fold forwards here. Maybe coming down to the hands or down to the forearms. Slow down your breath a few moments. Good. And inhale, lift the chest if you folded forwards. Take a hold of your right leg and start to cradle it from side to side. You could either just take hold of the foot, or you could bring the foot to the inner left arm and the inner right arm. I find this makes it a lot easier, but it isn't always accessible for everyone. And preparing for our 8-angle pose, start to sit up on your left side. So you lift the right side buttocks and work towards getting the right knee over the back of the right shoulder. Make as many little adjustments here as you need so you've got the leg in a good position. This may be as far as you take it. If so, just stay here. If you're coming further, plant the right hand and the left. Cross the left foot over the right. And you may just stay here. If you'd like to go further still, extend your legs, pick your hips up, and lean forwards to come into Ashtavakrasana 8-angle pose. Keep squeezing the legs together. So it's like you've got your arm locked. Hold 3, 2, 1. And sit back down. Then we'll repeat on the other side. So right leg is on the bottom, left leg is stacking over the top, feet are flexed, knees are in line. If the left knee is in the air, place something underneath it. And you can either keep your hands by your side or you could fold forwards. Start to take really deep breaths here. Because although it might not seem obvious, working on this pose really helps make the following pose more possible. If you can really externally rotate through the thigh bone, it does make it a little easier to get the leg over the back of the arm. Sit back up, then start to cradle the left leg, either taking a hold of the foot or a combination of holding the foot and the knee, whatever works for you. Then sit over on your right side, so you lift the left side and work towards getting the leg over the back of your shoulder. And you could just stay here, just working the pose like this today. If you'd like to go further, plant the hands, cross the right ankle over the left, and in one movement, lean forwards, extend your legs, pick up your hips. Think of squeezing your legs into your arms. You've got that arm locked to find Ashtavakrasana. Hold 3, 2, 1, and sit back down. Swing your legs around, come back to downward facing dog. Then lift the right leg high, open out the hip. And pause here. Point through your toes. Try to lift the leg as high as you can. Bend the knee and sweep it forwards to come into pigeon pose. Support yourself if you need to. You could place something under the right side, maybe rolled up blanket or towel. Then staying upright, twist to the left, place the hands by your left side, and we'll work gradually with the breath, going deeper on each exhale. So with your first inhale, stay as you are. Exhale, stay as you are. Inhale, hold. Exhale this time. See if you could twist a little deeper. Maybe you start to bend the arms and lower down to the forearms if it's accessible. Pause for a breath in. And use your exhale to release into the pose. Maybe you lower down the forearms even more. 2 more breaths like this, just responding with each exhale. Good. Release the twist. Turn to face forwards. If you can bring the leg into a 90-degree angle, you may want to do that, but there's no need to if not. Then start to walk your hands over to the right side this time. Fold towards your right leg. So we're adding in a little bit of a side stretch into our pigeon pose. And you may start to feel a deeper stretching sensation down the front of the left thigh and the left side of the hip and torso. Continue deepening your breath. Turn to face forwards. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high, open out the hip and pause there. Point your toes, reach all the way up through the leg. And then bend the knee, bring the leg forwards to come into pigeon pose. Place something under the left side if needed. Then staying upright, walk your hands to the right to come into a twist. Just like last time, we'll work progressively breath by breath. So for the first inhale and exhale, stay as you are. Inhale again. And with your exhale, you may find you can go into a deeper twist, starting to bend the arms. Inhale. Exhale, notice what happens. Stay for 2 more breaths like this. And then release the twist. Turn to face forwards. Adjust the front leg if you like. Then start walking the hands to the left side to fold over the left leg, finding side bend here. This can be very intense, so start to deepen your breath. Okay, lift yourself back up. Sit over on your left side. Just remove any props that may be in your way. And then as you turn to face the side of your mat, straighten the legs to find a straddle position. Then slowly with your exhale, walk the hands forwards and ease yourself into position. As you fold, you could come down to your forearms, so there's also the option to reach, to take hold of the big toes. Try to keep your chest lifted as you fold, so the fold is happening at the hinge of the hips. Inhale to lift back up. Place the hands behind you, bend your knees, and knock your legs from side to side. They may feel a little sensitive now, so you may want to go slow, be gentle. Then come and lie down on your back. If you have any props, maybe a block or a blanket, have it within arm's reach because there'll be options to use it in a moment. Then bend your knees, bring your feet close to the backs of your hips, setting up for bridge. Press through your heels, lift your hips to come to bridge. If you have a block, you could place it underneath you so it's just below the sacrum. And you could try it on different settings here depending on how high you want to be. If you have a blanket, you could do the same, just rolling it up to place it underneath the sacrum. You might not go as high with the blanket, but you still get some support like that. If you have neither, then you'll need to do a little bit of work and hold yourself here, but you could always come down when you feel you're ready to rest. So starting to deepen the breath here. If you're using a prop, allow that prop to take your weight and support you. And if you're using your strength to hold you here, keep pressing through the heels. Lift the hips a little higher. Good. If you're using your strength to hold you here, start rolling down your back to lower your hips to the mat. If you're working with a prop, remove it, take it out to the side. Lower the hips down. Then let your feet edge to the sides of the mat. Knock your knees together. Rest your hands on your belly to find constructive rest. Deepen your breath here. Shuffle the feet together and open your knees wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. Option to place something underneath the knees if they're needing some support. Extend your legs and relax your arms by your side to settle in for Shavasana.
Who knows why life unfolds the way it does? Why we choose one path or another, share the way for a while or a day, and say goodbye. There is no predictability here, and less control than we might wish. But there is the quiet urging of the heart, the knowing in the soul, the wisdom that's beneath the mind, accessible if we breathe and turn inside. When the tide of change rolls in, we can resist or be at peace, struggle or release. The stuff of life may not be ours to understand. It's enough to offer love, to receive the best and worst, to embrace and say farewell. What matters most is to celebrate each moment of the journey.
Deepen your breath. Start to move your fingers and toes. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll onto your side. When you're ready, join me back in a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed for now. Resting hands on knees, sitting up tall. Taking a moment just to soak in the practice. To savor this sense of calm that you've cultivated. Use it to fuel you for the rest of your day or your week. When you're ready, flick your eyes open. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. I hope you enjoyed the last recap of the challenge. It was a pleasure to guide you and to revisit some of the poses and sequences from the week. Take care, get some rest, and I will see you for the rest of the challenge.